You say hello? Hey?
Hello.
All right, sit down.
Hey Wes, welcome to Atlanta first and foremost. What are some ways, of course, you've been in the league for a long time, you got a lot of experience, hit a lot of big shots over your time in the NBA. What are some ways you feel like you can help this young roster grow?
Well, first of all, thank you. Definitely excited to be here. We all are. I think one of the biggest ways I can help this team is just being myself, help lead, chemistry, just pointers. Like you said, I've been in this for a long time. This is number 15 for me. And it's crazy to think about. But, there's so many ways to impact a basketball game, so many ways to impact a team. And I've seen a lot, been a part of a lot. So that's what I'm excited to do, is just really come out here and be myself.
Hey, Wes, in Utah, young Darren Williams you played with a young Dame in Portland, so
Yeah.
Great point guards.
Right.
The perception of Trey Young from the outside, did you have a relationship, and how do you think you could help him?
I mean, he's a talent. Obviously, we all see that. We all know that, how talented he is, but he's how young he is at the same time. A lot gets asked upon players that really people don't really realize. He came into this league probably at 19 years old or something like that, with the task of taking over a franchise and taking him to a championship. That's a lot, and just to help him be a leader. Take some of that leverage off of him, take some of that pressure off of him as far as, camaraderie and fellowship and teaching things to him and learning from him so that he can just really just go out there and play basketball. I think that's the biggest thing I want to do.
Wes, over here. What is some advice you'd give to young shooters like Seth Lundy to make sure his confidence in his three-point shot in college stays with him to the NBA?
Put the work in. That's it. Just show up every single day. Put the work in, because confidence all comes from being accountable. If you hold yourself accountable, you know that you're in the gym every single day, you're putting the time, you're putting the energy in to do the right things, then whether the result is what we want every single night, like, you're not going to shoot great every single night. That's life. You're not going to be great every single day. But you can minimize the times that you're not great. And doing that is with your confidence between your ears and making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do on the court so that you can have success.
Hey Wes, Coach Snyder was talking about how you came to him and discussed the play-in tournament and basically hyped it up a little bit. But can you share with us what that conversation was about? Like, what led you to have that conversation with Coach Snyder?
I was just kind of thinking, and it was an opportunity. One of the biggest things here is as far as the culture is, you want to establish a culture of winning, and in the NBA season, it's 82 games, obviously is long, and at the end you want to win in the playoffs, but there's a lot of things that you have to do to get order to be ready for the playoffs and to win in the playoffs. And now with the in-season tournament, you have something that's tangible, something that you can hold on to, something that you can go out there and do, be champions, do scouting reports, do all the things that you would normally do for the playoffs. You can do that early, get that established, that winning, that culture, that mentality, so that when it's go time, is go time.
Hey Wes, so one big adjustment that young guys have to make when they start out in the league is getting used to the faster pace of the game. So as you enter your 15th season, like you said, what are some pieces of advice and just ways in general that you could share with those younger players to help them with that process of slowing the game down?
Again, it's like I said about shooting. It's being in the gym, watching film, watching tape, watching yourself. The pace is different. The size of the players, strength, all that is different. But the more you're comfortable with what you're doing on the court, the results are going to be more often what you want. And, they got to go through it at the same time. Once training camp starts tomorrow, they'll see it, they'll feel it, and, that's part of it. They're going to take lumps, they're going to have success, they're going to have ups, they're going to have downs, but it's just make sure that the consistency of being a teammate, being a leader is always there and working.
Several of the younger players and rookies spoke about you as a kind of mentor. What have you done to build relationships with those guys since you've been here?
Just talking, really. Just being a teammate and sharing it, being open. Really was encouraging them to talk to me about anything. On the court, off the court, just life. A lot of these guys. DeJounte is the oldest of the young group. So he's 26. 27, either that, okay, I'm still 10 years older than that. You know what I mean? So I got that kind of experience on the court, off the court, just in life in general. So I think that was the main thing. You know, we all got together and watched the Canelo fight last night, so that was cool. But this is a great group. You know, everybody said, yes, young is for sure, definitely young, but it's not that type of young that doesn't care. It's not that type of young that's ignorant. Like, this is something, like this team right here, this organization is something that you're going to see about and hear about for a while because of the type of young talent they have. They want to win. They want to be great. And that's awesome to be a part of. What are you doing?
When you think about this team, what kind of stands out to you as far as strengths, and how can you kind of help them parlay that to take it to the next level?
Fearless, for one. This is definitely a fearless team. I knew that when I was playing against them in Milwaukee. You know, as we would walk into arenas as the Bucks, and we would know we would win certain games, and you could feel who was intimidated by you. And this was never one of those teams. And you know, size, athleticism, pick and roll. I mean, we got a great coach, a great philosophy. It's just a matter of everybody buying in, and I think that we're taking those strides to do so.
Headed into your 15th season in the NBA, you've accomplished a lot. So what still motivates you? What are some of your goals as you move into this point in your career?
I want to win. That doesn't stop anything for me. You know, wherever I go, I want to win. It don't matter. You know, whether I'm on a team that's picked to be favorites or I'm on a team that's not picked to be favorites or whatever, that doesn't change anything for me. I want to win. I know that my success, personal success, comes from a team sport. So part of, almost in a greedy way, you got to teach. You know, I have 10 years of wisdom, 15 years of experience in this league, and some of these guys can do things I can't do, but I'm going to need them to do it because I'm not going to be on the court because I want to win. So, you know, that's the thought process that I have and that I'm also trying to, you know, share. Like, there's going to be a game where, you know, I'm going to have a big night and be a big part why we win. There's going to be times when it's going to be Trent, it's going to be Trey, it's going to be somebody else, but being ready for those moments.
You mentioned obviously you're 15. So being a free agent this summer, what went into this? Like, what was that like, the process this summer to sign here? Obviously, I'm sure you had a few options.
Honestly, we didn't really think that we were going to go into free agency. I'm not going to lie to you. Everything made sense to be back in Milwaukee. Obviously, from there, spent the last 4, I don't remember, seasons there. Yeah, it made pretty much basic sense. So we didn't even really think about doing anything like that. But when, you know, signs started pointing in a different direction, you know, one of my first messages was to Kyle, who I have a relationship with. I was a rookie in Utah when he was there, and then obviously we were together in Milwaukee. So I'd send him a message, and he responded right away, like, "You want to come here?" I'm like, "Hell yeah." Good. All right. Say thank you.